Hi, I'm Roy Ring, CEO for the Sault Ste. Marie Chamber of Commerce, and for the past 14 months, I've had the distinct pleasure of serving over 50 stakeholders participating in the Algoma Vaccination Support Council. These stakeholders and the business community were responsible for disseminating credible information curated by the Ontario and Canadian Chambers of Commerce, as well as amplifying the key messages from Algoma Public Health in support of the importance of vaccinations, pandemic protocols, and the deployment of rapid tests to our business community. The team was responsible for providing rides to clinics and raised over $80,000 in cash and in kind to support the volunteers and staff at the clinic dates throughout the Algoma region. These funds were then reinvested back into the community, and in particular the food service sector, to ensure that the frontline staff and volunteers had lunches, snacks, and beverages. Many of our food service establishments even donated despite the many challenges that they have faced. We are also very proud to have supported the First Nations communities of Batchewana, Garden River, and Thessalon, as well as our local immigration partnership. I thank Algoma Public Health for the honorary recognition of the AVSC as a community health champion. A big thank you goes out to all our AVSC partners, stakeholders, and communities that made a difference in the Algoma region. Now let's hear from a few of those difference makers.
I remember the day when I was sitting in my vehicle and I heard that vaccines were ready to go. We were starting in the nursing homes, and they were talking about all the healthcare professionals being the spokespeople and trying to convince others to get vaccines. And I thought, well, why not the business community? We are leaders in our community. There were lots of businesses at the time that were really scrambling, really hurting, not understanding, and so I thought there was a place for us to be a part of that.
When we were approached with the idea of joining a committee together of businesses and professionals in Sault Ste. Marie, it was an absolute no-brainer to support the rollout of our vaccination. The Algoma Vaccination Support Council was really, really great for supporting businesses in our community. As employers and employees alike struggled to understand the importance and the knowledge behind the vaccines, we were able to provide direct information with the support of Algoma Public Health to our employers in an intimate setting that then could be relayed to employees all across our community.
I really want to highlight the incredible work of the Algoma Vaccine Support Council. They've done a number of things to really support the effort of mass immunization across Algoma. First of all, they've done an incredible job promoting credible information about the vaccine. They have a very close connection with Algoma Public Health's comms team, so that at any time, if there are any questions about the vaccine, they are really well linked up with our communications team and additional resources. And all of this helps promote vaccine confidence in our workplaces. The other thing is the AVSC has really been helpful to facilitate access to local clinics and booking information. Algoma is a district that is quite large. There are 21 municipalities, and as you can imagine, at any given time, there's a lot of different clinics happening. And finally, I really want to say how much APH appreciates the donations that the Algoma Vaccine Support Council partners, the resources that they've been donating to supply clinic workers and volunteers with meals has been really remarkable. The pandemic has been so challenging for our local businesses and organizations, and so to donate in this context is very much appreciated. And of course, a number of local food premises were supported in the process. And all of this has been so critical to protecting Algoma residents from serious illness from COVID-19 and helping us preserve the capacity of our healthcare system.
When TD saw what was going on with the Sault Ste. Marie Chamber of Commerce, the Algoma Vaccination Support Council, it made it very easy to jump on board and to support them financially with those efforts to be able to help this community get back to normal. And when you help one community, you're helping all the communities, you're helping the country. So that was very important for us. It was great to be a part of the Chamber who spearheaded this event along with others in the community. And secondly, I was proud to be a member of TD. It's nice to see us be able to take part on more the local community and grassroots level and provide some very meaningful support. It really made me proud to be a part of TD Bank.
I was very impressed with the Algoma Vaccination Support Council. In the beginning, when Ontario first released the vaccines, Many people were frantic, looking for information. They identified this need and created lots of information sheets, which they distributed throughout the community through various organizations and local businesses, and did an excellent job getting that information out even to the hardest to reach people. And transportation, that was a big concern for a lot of people, but Algoma Vaccination Support Council created a service through PUC and Yellow Cab where people could be picked up at their door, brought to their appointment and brought back home. I saw this service being used quite frequently at the IFC clinics. The vast majority of the Indian Friendship Center clientele do not have vehicles. So when people called in and found out about the transportation service, they were just filled with relief that transportation was not going to be a barrier to them getting vaccinated.
Very early on, we saw that there was a need in the community, that a lot of people were struggling with ways to get to these clinics, whether it was at the GFL or to different pharmacies. So what PUC did is organize that anyone who wanted to go get vaccinated but couldn't get there, we would take care of it. PUC is a community partner, and we know the health of the community is good for everyone, so to be able to take the transportation need and fix that problem for people, that was something we knew we wanted to do. Near the end of 2021, we also noticed there was a need for people who were testing positive for COVID-19, but they had no way of getting food. They couldn't drive to the grocery store because they had to isolate. They didn't have family who could come and pick up the groceries. So what PUC and our employees volunteered to do was, if you ordered your food, if you went online, you ordered it with the grocery store, you could call us and we would go pick it up and we'd bring it to your house. And we had more than 24 PUC employees volunteered to deliver groceries. Algoma Public Health recently named PUC as its public health champion for all of the work we've done in the past year with AVSC. It's a great honor for us and we're extremely proud to receive this award.
It was a great opportunity as a business to network with other businesses and get everybody's opinion. One of the key things that we worked together is, of course, the vaccination clinics that were hosted by APH, and those were really promoted well. We hosted including 2 on our site, which had a great integration of our employees, and they were able to take vaccine on site, which really, really helped. And I'm glad to see a significant uptake of vaccine in our community, and all thanks to the council and the partners of the council. So, of course, we were working very closely together in terms of providing support, and we were glad to be able to support the council with all the efforts it made.
I'm an executive member with Strive, which is a branch of the Chamber of Commerce. I learned about the Algoma Vaccination Support Council through that, and it was really important for me to want to be involved to help our community get through this extremely difficult time. A part of the food committee, we organize, raise funding to be able to support the clinic staff who work extremely long hours vaccinating our community. We arrange for them to receive a lunch. And in doing so, we are also supporting one of the hardest hit industries, which is the food industry during the pandemic.
The Algoma Vaccination Support Council provided businesses like Algoma Steel with a mechanism to show our support for the frontline healthcare workers who were facilitating the clinics and making the vaccine readily available for members of our community. And them going above and beyond, working extra hours, making clinics available on the weekend and on the evenings. And it was a fabulous opportunity for us to say thank you to all of those healthcare workers who really did put in some very long hours and needed to know that the community was behind them. It was also very important to us that we were able to use local restaurateurs who were some of the hardest hit businesses in our community.
The unique thing about the Algoma Vaccination Support Council was that its footprint was actually Algoma-wide. So my role was really to take the model that was working in Sault Ste. Marie and take it to communities outside of Sault Ste. Marie, and that's what we did. It was very important to support the vaccination efforts. There's really sort of, I guess, three ways that it helped people. So one, obviously it helped the restaurants, that we were purchasing food from. Obviously it helped the staff and volunteers at the clinics, but it also really was a way for businesses to support the vaccination effort. So we're getting sponsorships from local businesses as well.
AVSC, they've supported us through
food ordering programs to support nurses, vaccination locations. The restaurant industry has struggled this entire 2 years. Today, we're coming out of it stronger. We're lucky to be one of the few restaurants that are actually expanding, and they had a really big part of this.
The invitation to join the Algoma Vaccination Support Council by the unions in Sault Ste. Marie was an exciting opportunity for us. Obviously, worker safety and workplace safety are a priority for all unions. Being able to provide real-time information and know that our workers can get vaccines if they choose to, when they want to, was really important to us. One of the strengths of labor is that we're able to organize our members and we're able to mobilize our members. So we were able to provide services to the Vaccination Support Council, and we're extremely proud of that opportunity.
My name is Vince VOMMARO. I'm the General Manager at Gateway Casino Sault Ste. Marie, and we're here today to provide a donation to the Chamber of Commerce by way of Algoma Vaccination Support Clinic. We try to help support a lot of the businesses or a lot of the groups here in the city by way of donation. I was talking to RORY, and he was telling me that almost $75,000 has been raised through this initiative and put back into the community for those local restaurant owners to provide this service for these great folks.
The pandemic has been a really stressful time for people, especially with getting accurate and credible information about vaccine safety and effectiveness. The Algoma Vaccine Support Council has been instrumental in amplifying credible and accurate information, not only about COVID-19, but about the safety of the vaccine and the importance of getting vaccinated to not only protect yourself, but your family and the community at large.
PUC would like to thank the Sault Chamber of Commerce and the Strive Professionals Group for creating the Algoma Vaccination Support Council. It's been instrumental in keeping our community safe over the past year.
I would also like to give a very deep felt thank you on behalf of the IFC COVID crew, as I like to call them. We are very grateful for all the lunches that we received. We held clinics every week, sometimes more than once a week for the past year. And I know my crew just look forward to those lunches. It just gave them that extra morale boost to get through that long, trying day.
The young professionals on this committee led the way in our food and beverage committees, as well as our transportation committee. And all together with the businesses in our community, we were really able to make a large impact and really help drive those vaccines that have really made a difference to reopening the businesses here in Sault Ste. Marie.